Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today we are going to be hot foiling with dies. So first up I have the Dainty Blooms cover die from old to new, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this into my hot foiling machine and I'm going to let that heat up. So I have like the cutting parts of the die facing upwards. I'm then going to take a piece of foil, I'm going to place that shiny side down onto the heated die and then add a piece of cardstock that I wish to foil. With mine, I know that I need a couple of extra shims to make sure I get the pressure right, so I'm going to pop those in as well. Always make sure that you're not putting too much pressure as you run that through your die cutting machine. So once that's been run through the die cutting machine, I can then remove this top part of the foil, which I'm not going to chuck away. I will use this on a later project soon, hopefully. And you can see that we have those beautiful outlines of the die cut in there in a beautiful foil. Now, to make sure that I'm not going to colour things that I shouldn't be colouring in the wrong order, I am just going to kind of make a guide of which colours are going to go where. So I'm taking the colouring pencils from old to new. I have the lightest of the greens, and this is the Limeade. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly colour in all of the parts which are supposed to be leaves. So I'm leaving those little outline pieces that we have all white because I do want those in the finished part. I'm then going to go ahead and add in the flower centers, as these are really easy to do. I'm using 3 different colors for this. So I have first off I have the fresh lemon, which I kind of colored in all of the flower centers first, and I'm then going to go in with the maple yellow and also the orange cream. So the orange cream I'm adding just at the base of those flower centers, then I'm taking that out to the maple yellow, and then I'm going to blend all of those colors together with the first color that I used, which was the fresh lemon. So we're going to have that darker color at the bottom, and then it's going to go lighter as we go up to the tips of those flower centers. So I also wanted to colour in the background pieces on this, so I didn't colour those in the flower colours. So for this one, I am going to be using the Desert Night, and I'm just going to colour those in. I did miss a little leaf down there, so you can see how helpful this is, just to go over some of the places really gently with the pencil, so you can make sure you know where you want to go. So once I have all of the background pieces coloured, I can then move on to the flowers because I can see exactly where I need to go with these ones. So I'm going to be using 3 different colours for these little flower petals that we have here. I'm starting with the heartbeat, and I'm adding that just at the base of these little petals that we have here. I'm kind of just scribbling the colour in. You can use more of a flicking motion if you want, but this is more of a colouring motion that I am using here. Once I finish with the heartbeat, I'm then going to take that out with the Coral Bliss pencil. And then once I have done that, I'm then going to take the Peach Perfect and I'm going to blend all of those colors together. So I'm kind of going over the whole of the petal just with this color to blend everything together and to create that beautiful ombre effect. So I'm going to do exactly the same with all of the other flowers that we have here. So I'm going to be adding the heartbeat to the base, then the Coral Bliss, taking that like 3/4 of the way up the petal, and then using the Peach Perfect to blend all those colors together. So once I have all of the flowers colored, I'm then going to move on to adding some more detail to the leaves. So for the leaves, I am going to be using 3 colors as well. I have the Shadow Creek that I'm going to add to the base of all of these little leaves that we have here. So once I'm happy with the amount of color there, I'm then going to be taking the Grass Field. I'm going to take that again up like 1/3 of the way like we did with the colors for the flowers, and then I'm going to blend all of those colors out using the Limeade. So the Limeade is the one that I did add like a little bit of a base with, and then that's the one that I'm going to use to color the rest of the leaf too. So once I have all of the leaves colored, I'm then going to trim this panel down. Now you can kind of trim this however you wanted to, or you could make even 2 cards. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim, so it's round about 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It is just under, so it's just under that little foiled line that you can see on the side. I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the little borders the same. So I'm just popping this into my guillotine and just trimming around all of the edges really quickly and easily. Again, if you wanted to, you can create this into more cards. You could even use this to cut like a sentiment out of using some really bold alphabet dies and then use that on another card as well. I'm only thinking about that now, which I could have done. So once I'm happy with the panel, I'm then going to add that onto a card base. So I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base here, and it's white cardstock, and I'm just going to add that into place onto there with some flat adhesive. I'm then going to be taking the smaller die from the Be Kind die, and I have this heated up already on my little hot foiling machine. I'm going to add some gold foil onto the top, and this time I'm going to be adding a piece of navy cardstock because I want this sentiment to be on a navy base with the beautiful sentiment outlined in the gold. So I've just ran that through my die cutting machine, and you can see just how pretty that is there. I did have a spot where it hadn't foiled, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the gel pens from Altenew, and I'm just going to kind of colour in where it missed with the foil. So it didn't miss, it just kind of cut through a little bit. Maybe I had too much pressure, but you can see that that just looks great now. I'm then going to take this shadow piece, and I'm just going to line this up around that outline that we have. So I'm kind of getting it into place and then moving it around just to make sure that nothing is going to be cut off. And I'm then going to run that through my little mini blossom machine to die cut around that foiled sentiment with the shadow piece that we have in the die set. So once that's done, I can then remove that, and you can see just how pretty that little sentiment looks there. Very, very classy. So once that's done, all I'm going to do is add some foam tape to the back of this little sentiment that we have here. I can remove all of the little pieces and then add that into place onto my card. And here is the card complete. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the video and that you like the card as well. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share because we'd love to see. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques, and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.